great welcome to all to this special edition organized by Franchise India. So, Franchise India is Asia's largest integrated franchise solution company since past 1999. 25 years we have been into existence and we have business opportunities available in different sectors like retail, F&B, education, beauty wellness, health and fitness, and other business opportunities that is absolutely available and across pan India. Today, we are lucky to invite two of them, Mr. Manjul Jain and Mr. Pravin Shetty. So, Mr. Manjul, Mr. Praveen, a very, very warm welcome to this special edition. So, Mr. Manjul, Mr. Praveen, all the people over here are very eager to hear from you. So, let's start your introduction first.
Thank you, Saras, for your kind introduction and this opportunity to get together and to associate. So, my dear friends, I am Dr. Pravin Shetty, and by profession, definitely a doctor, and that's an orthodontist. Orthodontist is a subject which deals with correction of smile, correction of irregular teeth, crooked teeth. So by profession, myself and all the co-founders, we all are orthodontists.
Hi friends, thanks Aras for the kind introduction. We have been a very young brand, and myself and Praveen are orthodontist. We share the same alumni. We are more than close to about as long as Franchise India has been Franchise India. We have been practicing orthodontia and we have been correcting smile. Me and Praveen go far back, and we have introduced a lot of new technologies to India. We were the first to introduce lingual braces. We were the first to introduce aligners to the country, and we have been together for very, very long.
So thank you for your amazing introduction, doctors. Probably I'll call you doctors now. And of course, whenever we start any business, there always has to be a story behind any success. So we start with, tell us your story behind the born of this brand. When was this brand born? How this idea was conceived?
Just to tell you, Saras, like being an orthodontist, like we were in the business of creating beauty, correcting smile and correcting irregular teeth. In this profession of orthodontics, the main armamentarium was braces. So most of the people, they used to come get their smile corrected, and we used to use the braces and they used to go back. So what we always used to discuss, we need as an orthodontist some option to our patient where the product should be invisible, the product should be easy to use, where it should be digitally enabled, and it should be absolute, like patient can, whatever the disadvantage was there with the braces, we want to solve for it. And then over the period of time that we realized, like being an orthodontist, we are like responsible to develop few of the newer digital technology. And just to mention that we have patent on our name. So that's one of the few products which has been patented by the Indian orthodontist and which has been used across India, across world. And then we thought that what we should develop. So this is the new technology which is known as aligners.
Technology enabled.
Yes, it's a new technology which is based on lots of 3D science, virtual setup, lots on image creation, digital acquisition, and then 3D printing. So it's a science, 3D printing and orthodontics, it came together.
Wow.
Okay, so with this appliance that is known as aligners, what is developed is a product which is absolutely clear, transparent, invisible, removable. So whatever the problem was there for the patient, those who are wearing the braces, it has become a elixir for them. Like you wear the aligners, nobody can see it. Okay, you can socially active, you can meet, you can eat, you can remove, and it's become like an absolutely easy part of your life, which solves the major problem of smile correction with the help of technology, with the help of 3D printing.
Lovely.
Okay, but the problem was still this technology is like from the offshore or from the Western shore, and which is high on cost. So when we conceptualize of making this company, the main thing what we wanted to serve is to make this technology accessible and affordable to entire Indian population.
Beautiful, beautiful.
With the help of technology.
That's right, Mr. Praveen, and probably you've already answered my second question that I was about to ask. Problem solver.
Yeah.
So probably we have all seen. I'm sure whoever is watching us today, in your family, in your friend circle, you would have heard somebody wearing braces because the problem has been very common, and people really shy away from wearing braces. One, it is expensive. Second, it doesn't look good. But again, it becomes no reason that I have an alternative because if I want to correct my teeth, that was the only option that I have. So you are actually getting a big problem solved for a mass. And I will be asking the question about the pricing also once we go next. Now, third question I would really ask you is we talked about two brands. There was one brand which was taken about the tooth, and the second brand we were talking about the skin. So Toothsi and Skinnsi, they were different identities. Probably they felt in love, and now are they married now? And if yes, since how long and what is the love affair story?
Skinsy was born in COVID, right? Because that's the time when people were bound at home. People were more looking at options of how to, pass time probably or whatever it was. But Skinsy was typically born almost in mid of COVID, and that's where the journey of Skinsy started. The reason why we picked up Skinsy was purely singularly that we had the same people wanting to look good. Just you correct teeth, you can't help them, you need to correct the skin also, so that it becomes like a total package. And that's how we said, okay, our target audience is same, our product, and we were very inclined, since we are clinicians by second nature or whatever you may call it. We are trained to be clinicians. We always look for products or ideas which are clinically driven. We use technology to take away the clinical skill and add, so that it becomes at a mass level affordable. And that's how Skinsy was born, where we have a lot of competition in the Skinsy area especially, right? But the whole idea was to enable technology and move it in the right direction along with Toothsi.
So are they married now? It's a joint venture that you're
Yes,
offering?
yes, they are married and they are called Meko.
Meko. So the baby is born now.
Yes,
Yeah.
a baby is born now, or I would
And
say a mother is born.
the mother is born again. Lovely. Thank you. That's interesting story. Also, we just talked about your brand ambassador, Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma. They are the who's and who's of the industry needs for introduction. You getting them as a brand ambassador, was it an easy task for you, or was it really difficult? And what story or what probably something you want to tell us about a journey that you had while shooting them and getting on board? Something you want to share?
Yeah. See, it's not an easy task to get the best of the people from their industry into a newbie industry like us. Okay. And that too in a clinical beauty, clinical driven platform. So definitely there are a lot of hard work went behind the scene. Like when we thought of who should be our brand ambassador, that we as a founder as well as the founding team, when we sat together, that what our brand represents. That's the main question. What our brand reflects, stands for. Definitely it's an aspirational. It's something very for the newbie, for these millennial people. And then which stand for trust, stand for absolute dedication. So we didn't find anyone better than Virat Kohli to represent this, because he's the one, an icon in his profession, icon in cricket, who is like inspirational, aspirational icon to entire population, because he is like an heartthrob. The beats goes missing if there is something happens to Virat in the stadium. So he was the right choice for us to represent our brand, being a millennial guy, being a trustworthy guy, being a dedicated guy. And he was a tremendous role model with an amazing amount of trust. So that's what we want to build. Our brand, it's credible, which backed by a good amount of trust. And then Anushka, definitely one of the biggest heartthrob in our Bollywood industry, and they complement each other so well. So we thought these are the two pair who can complement our both brand, like Toothsi Skinnsi in together, and it can represent as a brand of the millennial. And definitely there was like bit of hard work happened, because for us to convince them, because they didn't know who are we, what is this aligner, what is this brand. So we had a presentation, our team of marketing, everyone sat with them, showed how we are solving this problem, what is this technology, what is this brand, how with this technology we are helping the people who wants to correct their smile, and what solution we are providing is making this absolutely an affordable solution for all the aspirational guys who wants to get that corrected with the best of the technology. So that's how we are able to get Virat and Anushka on board.
Tell us something interesting moment while you were shooting with them. I'm sure there would have been one.
There is such quite a few interesting, because on the first note, like when we got an opportunity to meet them, so it was like everyone wants to be together, to be with them, but there was a to click a picture. But then as they are like on tight on schedule, so it was very difficult. So we had like totally focused on what we need to shoot in that 8 hours. So definitely getting maximum in that 8 hours is very important. And most tricky thing is we wanted Virat to wear the aligners and to show. So that was a bit tricky thing, and bit like everyone was a bit scared, like whether he is able to place the aligner, remove. So then everything went well, and overall it's a very great experience.
Excellent. I think you taking the best of the players in the market, Virat and Anushka. So probably, I'm sure, when any celebrity does any endorsement, they also do a lot of background check and ensuring that is it really a problem solver in the right business. I think these two coming as a brand ambassador is already endorsing about the conviction and confidence in your brand. Now coming to more business side, there's some competitors in market already. So what do you place? How do you place yourself amongst the competitors? What are you best in? So one, of course, we understood the aligners. That's your patent. What else?
Okay, so now if you see, like if you talk about the Mako Toothsi or something, we can proudly say it's an India's leading tech-based clinical makeover platform. It's one of the biggest ecosystem what we have created, from the lead generation to the acquisition to designing the smile plans, manufacturing in one of the India's first US FDA cleared facility, and giving the best product to the end user. And we had created an ecosystem where the patient responsibility, the patient treatment, his like experience, it is entirely our responsibility. So that's no one is able to create. And then most important thing is getting the best technology, the best people in the business, be in terms of doctors, be in terms of orthodontists, service, the experience centers, the clinics, what we had already started. So we overall, like all in all, we want to give the best experience at an affordable price, best technology at an affordable price, the best experience with the click of button. So digital platform, best product and affordability with a great service. So this everything we are able to solve.
No wonder it's a deadly combination of technology, because everything has become technology based. And probably I'm talking about lenses. We were doing a hit and trial methodology ages ago. We have all to that ages, but thanks to the technology, just few clicks and you get an eye set closest.
Yeah.
We have techno brands where you scan your feet and your shoe size and the angle where the shoe has been there. And that was a problem that you really solved with getting this technology. Fantastic work done. I see that, and the buzz is already around the aligners has really come as a milestone, and it is already patented. What is your journey and what is your say about it? That how big this single product will really create a big impact in the market?
Yeah, definitely. I think in a subject as such, in the field of orthodontics, what we can see or we can predict, next another 10-20 years, it belongs to aligners, because the amount of innovation research happening in the aligners, be it in terms of digital technology, 3D printing, plastic polymers, everything, everywhere in the world, everyone is putting their head in this aligner so that it becomes much better, much predictable, much faster, simpler and easier. And if you talk about the what's going on, there is a huge potential for this aligner. In India itself, we are like 1.2, 1.4 billion people. And if you just make a statistics or something, what the statistics says, like near about 60-70% of our Indian population, they have this malocclusion in some or other form. Some may have the procline teeth, spacing, crowding, crooked teeth. nobody is having the perfect teeth. That's how our genetic disposition is there. So there is a huge potential, like this 60-70% of the 1.4 billion population is having the problem. They are looking for some solution, and till now the solution was other form of appliance, but this aligners is in a position to replace this. Means over the period of time, we are predicting, like, if you talk about the statistics again, only the amount of orthodontic treatment happening in India is more than 2 million, okay, 2 to 4 million. So all these 2 to 4 million people, they are in a stage of getting converted into to be done by aligners. So there is a huge potential for this.
So Saras, to add to Pravin's point, where you mentioned typically that what are the problems we are trying to solve, and one of the problems, of course, is replacing braces with aligners. That's of course technology driven, and polymer plastics and the innovation that is coming in. But the second most important factor, is the specialty. Right? Today, the orthodontic specialty churns out about 200 odd orthodontists yearly. We are about a group of 15 to 20,000 people all across India. Now, this is a very small number. You can't cater to a 1.4 billion population where about 45 to 50% is young India who require some form of treatment or the other. They are majorly lying in your 2-tier, 3-tier cities where accessibility to the orthodontist, the specialty is bare minimum. The product and technology enables us to reach these people faster, better, and affordably. And that's where the jump or the flip is. It is probably not in the metros, though we see a lot of traction in the metros. But if we really move to the 2 and 3-tier cities, and it will be a huge flip. That's where we will actually see the effect of the product and the actual use of the product.
Probably doing some research on this, and I see the global market, just adding some numbers, what you said. The global market for orthodontics, especially the braces, which include tooth braces as well, is projected to reach almost $4.1 billion by 27.
Yes.
And the Indian market is really getting huge, which is expected to grow almost by 13.8 CAGR between 21 and 26, contributing to the latest. The reason behind this great success in the rise is absolutely because of the disposable income, the increase about the dental health, and growing demand of aesthetic dental treatments. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, talking about your expansion, you have taken up the franchising way to expand your brand. And your recent association with Franchise India is probably to add icing on the cake. So what is your business model? Tell us more about your association with the Franchise India.
Right now, the business model is, when we started our company, basically we thought to be totally on the online. That's during the COVID period. But then over the period of time, what we realized that online and offline need to be, like, at one point of time, we need to integrate somewhere, because lot of, we had seen that some percentage of our population, they want everything to be on online, but great number of population, they want things to have some offline presence. So from the lead generation, the amount of lead what we get, okay, and amount of, out of that lead, the amount of conversion what we get through the online, and the amount of conversion which we are looking that they will happen in the offline, it will make a great impact, because people wants to understand, people wants to know that this online product is available offline also. So that's how we thought of, like, rather than just going online, we need to be offline, where our presence should matter, and this presence should give a great amount of confidence and build a trust among our patient. And definitely we are in the business of smile makeover. So there are certain cases or certain patients who needs to visit, they want to meet doctor, and as an Indian population, most of the patients, they wants to talk to doctor. They wants to meet the doctor. Whatever we do, but they want, at one point of time, they had seen the doctor who is going to treat. So we solved both the problem. The online with the tech platform, the offline, same patient we can shift to our offline, because the amount of leads what we are getting, we need to nurture them by giving a good service everywhere. And because of that, we thought of getting into the offline. So then when we thought of getting into offline, so definitely we want to expand it very fast. So who is better than franchise? So that's what the idea came, to get associate with Francorp and expand fast into every one tier cities and be at every best possible localities, so that whoever see and check our presence in the online, they can see our stores offline and they can visit us. So that's how it's become a game changer for us. And already we had experimented in quite a few cities, and that has created a big wave, because patient can see us online and they can come and meet us offline and discuss all the problems with this.
Great. Thank you. And people, if you're hearing the first time the word Francorp is one which was established in 1976 and is the one who makes brands like Toothsi franchise ready.
Right.
Because यहाँ पे Pravin ji ne and probably Mr. Manjul have created the brand, but they need some consultancy about the franchising business, how the franchising business works. This is where Francorp really helps. Taking the last question, probably the second last question is, what are you doing about the last mile connect? Because now we're talking about offline stores, online stores. How do you think you're going to make a connect between the end user and your brand? Any applications, website, any interface that you've created?
As I earlier mentioned, that one problem was the availability of the specialty in the 2-tier and 3-tier cities. The second problem with aligning teeth is the frequency of the visits. You require the patient to visit the doctor frequently to do treatment. Now, aligner, with the help of the technology platform, or what we typically know now as apps, right? We have a patient-facing app. Through the app, the patient can connect to the doctor, can evaluate his treatment, can monitor his treatment, can get a report of how is he faring in his journey. He can entirely track his entire treatment from his start to his end. He can note when his product is arriving. He can know which doctor he is speaking to. He can get a report from the doctor. His entire journey is mapped, and it is a very seamless experience for anybody, anywhere in the country who has accessibility to a small amount of internet. That's good enough for him. That's the easiest and the smartest or the fastest way for the last mile connectivity.
We are on the verge of developing something new where the patient can, through our app, the patient can put their pictures with smile, and the new programming or the AI base, which will evaluate how the patient's smile can become later. So it's like the before and after assessment. So you can just click, put it on our app. The app will process, the AI will check what is the best possible smile we can give, and he can get within a second what is his before. So this is on the pop line. So over the period of time, the platform is such, through the app, they can book the appointment. Through the app, they can come, scan can be done, and they can stay connected with our doctors at the centers through the app.
Interesting. Last question, sir. Probably India being a very sensitive market for the pricing. So I see that, I heard that, and I can feel that your brand is actually giving a lot of relief from the pain, because when you get the braces, there's a lot of pain which requires, because every house would have somebody in the family or friends who would have experienced that. One, relief from pain. Second is time, because whenever you have braces, you have to always revisit the doctors again and again, and your busy schedule doesn't allow. So relief from the revisits. Then restrictions, relief from the restrictions, because once you have braces for 1 year, you cannot eat this and this and this and this. A big relief that you're doing. Let's talk about cost, because every relief will come with a cost. So how are you addressing, because you said this thing in the beginning itself, you want to serve the mass. What is the price range, or how does it start? And
yeah, that's a good question. So just to mention you, like all the best technology comes with a price, but definitely because of the revolution in the 3D printing, the cost of 3D printing has gone universally down. So this product like if you talk about last 5 years back, the cost of this product in India was not less than 1.5 lakh to 2 lakh, because most of the product used to come from US, Germany, or from other place. Okay. So suppose you want to get any product, you need to order, do the scan, send it to them. They make the product and they send it to us. So the cost for this to the end user is not less than 1.5 to 2 lakh. Then when we entered into the business, like in 2013-14, so we got the 3D printing to India. We got the software into India. Then we started designing, programming, manufacturing in India. So over the period of time, this cost from 1.5 to 2 lakh. Now we are able to give the same best technology, best product at 3x lesser price. Okay, so that's how this best technology, it means we made it possible so that the normal young population can use it. Otherwise, it was a distant dream. It was like for elite people or for someone who can afford. So because that infrastructure is created, and thankful to all our people associated, the infrastructure what we create, we are able to get this product at an best price, which become catchy for all our customer, all our consumer to use it.
Absolutely. Because we have to thank our investors who allow us to invest into this, so that at scale we can make the product affordable. Absolutely. The product, if it were not to scale, I would say it would have still remained in the bracket of 152 lakh rupees. But just because we have been able to mass produce and scale it up, and with current lab being automated, the cost of product has dramatically come down, and we have been able to say that we are doing really well even with the low cost of a sale.
So probably it will not be wrong if I say you guys would be the right example of Make in India, the Abhiyan.
Definitely. It's a great digital initiation, as well as we truly believe in the Make in India program or initiative, and we had kept that alive. And because of that, we are able to serve our population and give them the best technology. Otherwise, this was not possible.
The one incident I would like to share here, when me and Pravin initially started our lab together, and we used to participate in international conferences, we had this one thing very strong. We will write in our products, it is made in India. And I'm talking it as early as 2008, 2009. That's when we started our journey together. And we at that point in time also, we always felt that doesn't matter. We'll go to international conferences, but we will stamp our name. No worries if nobody buys, but we will stamp made in India.
Very good. Beautiful. That's what brings a lot of inspiration for being an Indian. Last question, as it's an interview talking about the B2B part. Understood about the business prospect. We understood how the financial model will work. We'll get more information on details of that. But who is the right prospect? Whom do you think is the right prospect who should take your franchise?
Right prospect, definitely who wants to keep invested in us, believe in us, and who understand this clinical beauty platform is a huge market. It's developing. It will become like a $1 billion industry, and it is like every household problem now. Like the kid is born, by the age of 7-8 years, they definitely go to the dentist. The kid is born, by the age of 9 years, he goes for orthodontic intervention. So the population needs this. The market is growing. We are the market creator. We are educating the people, informing the people, making them understand how important for them is to take care of their teeth, smile, skin, and there is no better answer than Meko Toothsi or Skinnsi.
Meko Toothsi. Perfect. And friends, that was Meko Toothsi and Skinnsi. So two people married together, a new mother is born with Meko and is giving a one-stop solution starting from a makeover and probably to your teeth and of course your skinwear. So friends, this was just a teaser, and I'm sure if you would be interested to know more about the business opportunity, talk in details, please contact Franchise India. The numbers are flashing right below, but I announce it for you. It's 97176 83838. I repeat, 97176 83838 are our hotline numbers. We can be even reached at feedback@franchiseindia.in. Feedback@franchiseindia.in is our email address. Now, after this, watching this video, if you feel interested to know more about the business opportunity, you would want to take the privilege to talk to Dr. Pravin and Dr. Manjul, please call us and we ensure that we do organize a tri-party meeting with both the doctors and probably other two founders also so that they can make you understand the product, the business model, the ROI. क्योंकि business वही तो the ROI सही, so the right timing has to be the right time to invest in the business, has to be a problem solver, and I think this brand does it all. With that, I want to thank you, Doctor, for all your time you've given us. It was so lovely talking to you, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you both of you.
Thank you, Saras. Thank you, Franchisee.